All right, folks, Naptown Tuner family, here we go. I got another engine on a stand. This one is a lot more promising than the one I just posted earlier with the broken piston. So this particular engine had an updated timing chain tensioner and it had updated pistons already, but the timing chain was the old style. So it did still come out of time. What happened is the pistons, first off, let me show you. The pistons are dated, okay? Am I gonna be able to see this? It says 2015. All right. I happen to know that maybe shortly after these pistons were installed, the dealership, the information that all the people had, let me just put it this way. All we knew about at this point was failed tensioners. We did not know that the chains were stretching. So they might not have even had updated chains at the time, or maybe they did. If someone else knows in the comments, you can tell me exactly when the updated chains became available. But I know that as I was doing piston jobs, we started out just replacing the tensioner and not doing the chain. And then we started doing the chain and the tensioner. And then we started doing the chain and the tensioner and the camshaft bridge whenever I would do pistons. And the dealership would make us upsell those parts. So this is all long gone. They're not helping anyone out with pistons anymore. These cars are very, very old compared to dealership stuff now. So anyway, whenever I come across something like this, I would say that it's probably best practice to go ahead and replace the pistons anyway, but the margins are not there unless it's your own vehicle. So I'm going to take a risk on this one, and it's not really a risk. I mean, I verified that these pistons are 2015. So, and I checked all the cylinder walls. All the cylinder walls look good. The purpose of this video, though, is I'm just showing you how to prep the deck surface, how I prep the deck surface. Other people have other methods. I don't even know. Honestly, I don't know. But over my experience and talking with the machine shops and talking with other technicians, at first I used to just take my rotary grinder like this over here, right, with one of these 3M pads, and I would lightly go over it real quickly like this, okay? And I did the same thing with my oil pans and everything, but for some reason I would still use a razor blade on the front here. Now, I did learn that it's best practice to scrape the decks with a razor blade, just a flat razor blade. And you want to use a brand new one as well. You want to go over to your razor blade supply and break out a brand new one. And you don't want to use the flimsy rectangle ones. You want to use the style that goes in the box cutter, like this, the thick boys, okay? And then you hold it pretty much straight up, just with a slight angle. And then you're gonna try not to score the razor blade as you're doing it, but you just shave the deck like this. All right, now there's oil galleys and there's coolant galleys. You're only gonna be able to do so much with not getting crud inside. And I'm not concerned with getting crud in the pistons either, because I'm gonna clean it all up when I'm done. So if there's crud in the pistons when I'm done, I'm gonna blow air in the compressed air in the cylinder. And then I'm also going to wipe it out with a microfiber cloth or but you see the crud coming off on that razor? Hopefully, if you know, you can collect most of it on the razor. And then whenever some excess builds up, I take it, you know, to the edge or so and, you know, pull the gunk off. And then the idea is to kind of shave it off. And, you know, you don't want to necessarily try to get it in the cylinder holes. You want to try to get as much as you can off the deck completely. So The same process applies to the aluminum cylinder head, although it matters a lot more on the aluminum cylinder head. Now, most of my cylinder heads, I very rarely reuse a cylinder head without rebuilding it. So most of my cylinder heads go to the machine shop. I trust them to do their stuff. They've got really expensive tools. They've got valve grinders, and they punch in new valve guides, and they check all the clearances and polish the cams. And, you know, I trust my cylinder head guy. So all that stuff goes there. But I will say, I haven't had perfect success with my cylinder head guy. And it might not just be him, it might be everyone, but maybe out of 30 heads, in my own experience with dealing with my own guy, 2 of them bent one valve, and this one was a very painful cylinder head experience, because I just recently sold a car and one of his cylinders dropped compression altogether. And maybe I have it on the shelf, I don't know. If I have it on the shelf right here, I'll pull it off, but you know, I'm pretty sure it's this one right here. Nah. Okay, I don't know exactly where that head is I'm talking about. I don't have time to get too far off track. I'll explain one more thing about this particular engine here. So, do you see where the valves hit inside? So the intake valves are bigger than the exhaust valves. So the intake valves, they go inside these notches right here. When you bend valves on this engine and most engines, you're not going to damage the cylinders. The pistons are like hammers and the valves are like spoons. It's just going to bend the valves over, lose compression, and then you just got to start over with slapping a new head on there. So everything with the bottom end is still perfectly fine. And what else can I add to this particular video? I'm just going to, is everything perfectly clean? Not really. So I'm gonna make sure that everything's perfectly clean. I'm gonna go over it one more time, maybe with another fresh razor blade, just to make sure. Because even if you get some burrs on the razor blade, especially on the aluminum part, especially on the aluminum head, let's show you real quick. When you're scraping the gunk off this aluminum, all right, you can't have a used, messed up razor blade. If there's any nicks in your razor blade, it's going to show up in this soft aluminum. So you have to keep it completely straight, and just let me grab one and show you. So come over here to my razor blade supply, pull a new one off, and then, like I say, especially on the aluminum, you're gonna go just like this. See this gunk up here? You're just gonna go like this. And that's how you clean it up. And then after you're done cleaning everything up like this, then you can blow your compressed air in there and clean out your cylinders the rest of the way. And then, you know, I like to move the crankshaft down a little bit. I don't have the tool in my hand right now. And clean a little bit further down in the bore, you know, and raise the piston all the way to the very top and run it around the top. So that's all there is to it. That's how you clean the deck of the cylinder. And then one last time, I'm just gonna blow it out with air one more time. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect, it's fine. All right, until next time, Naptown Tuner. Leave a comment, leave a like, tell me what you want next. I'm gonna be doing other stuff next with pistons and a full rebuild, so stay tuned for all the other stuff. All right, it's late, I gotta get to bed eventually.